Hello friends, in this video I want to talk to you about one aspect of our leather work that can take our work from looking like a beginner made it to looking like an expert made it, and it's something you can learn fast. Everything I use to do it is right here. It doesn't cost very much, just a little bit of elbow grease, and that's edge finishing. That takes an edge that's rough like this one and turns it into one that's just smooth as glass like this one. So if you want to learn how to do that, the simple way, the way that I have found to be pretty foolproof on almost all kinds of leather, this video is for you. Let's turn this edge into one that looks like this. So let's talk about the materials and supplies we're going to need to finish our edges. And when we finish the edges, what we're really wanting to do is bring the rough spots down flat so that there's no high or low points. We want to then compact the fibers so that there's no loose fuzzy fibers on there, so that it becomes a nice slick smooth surface that's harder than it was before, and that's durable over time and also looks really nice. Some vegetable tan leathers can burnish really well with water, saddle soap, and beeswax is a really nice thing to kind of put a final burnish on a veg tan leather. However, chrome tan leathers, maybe you've tried to burnish those as well, they don't burnish like vegetable tan leathers do. And so we're always kind of searching for the best substance to put on to help us get a good burnish. In order to do that, I find this toconol works really well. In fact, it works awesome on veg tan leathers too. So I found that I like to use this on just about everything now. It works all across the board, and it's kind of the unicorn of finishing products. So that's what I'll be using here. In addition to that, I like to use an edge beveler just to knock the corners, the sharp corners off right before burnishing. I like to have some sandpaper then to bring the edge to a nice smooth surface before I start the burnishing process. This is a burnishing stick. This is made of cocobolo, just a nice smooth hardwood. It's optional, but you can use something like this if you want. You can use a Sharpie marker maybe. I've used all kinds of things just to help kind of burnish that down. And I also like to use some sort of canvas or duck cloth. My preference these days is this nylon. It's like a Cordura nylon, and that works really well for burnishing too. This is some heavy canvas. Some people really like this, especially once it gets kind of worn in and kind of broken in. It works pretty well. So believe it or not, that's it. Don't forget the elbow grease. Let's make a nice edge. So the very first thing I want to do in preparation for burnishing is to true up this edge. Some of the layers of the leather are kind of uneven and sticking out past the others. And so I want to cut this with a knife very carefully. I'm going to make one line and just cut that so that I get one good clean flush edge. I actually intentionally left the inner layers here a little bit longer than the outer layers so that I have a little bit of leather to cut away, and that sets us up really well for burnishing. And then we'll move on to the sanding and the burnishing. So to true up that edge, I use this Japanese leather knife. You can use any kind of a knife really. This is just a kind of knife that works really well for an edge like that. Some people use a round knife, or a head knife it's sometimes called. So use whatever you'd like if you want to do that step. If you don't want to use that step, you could certainly go to like a drum sander or something like that, and that's a really nice way to take a lot of that extra material off and get it nice and smooth. Next thing I'll do is just use my sandpaper. This is 800 grit. That might be a little bit fine to start with. You could use 400 grit or something like that. Put it on a nice hard surface. And if you have a flat edge like this, it works pretty well just to drag this across. So this helps establish a nice flat edge and does a really nice job preparing it for burnishing. Okay, we're almost there. Got this sanded down nicely. Next thing to do is just knock that sharp corner off with the edge beveler. Okay, we're finally ready to burnish, so I'll open up my toconol here. You can use all kinds of things to put it on. You can use a brush or things like that. I always go back to using my finger. Maybe it's not the best way to go, but I like to do that. So just a little bit on the edge here is how I do it. Just a thin line is all you need. What you really don't want is for this to get out on the finished surface of the leather, because it ends up looking kind of junky. So just kind of keep it on this edge if you can, and just wipe a little on my pants there. And then with your burnishing cloth, whether it's that canvas or nylon, just begin to work that in. So this is where the elbow grease comes in, and as you go it becomes a little bit squeaky, and that's a good thing. That just means it's starting to really burnish and getting kind of a nice shine to it. So at this point I'm actually going to reach for my sandpaper again, There's no rules to say how many times you can go back to using the sandpaper. What that does is then just knocks off some of the high spots again. And then go back to the toconol, just another thin line on there, and then begin to burnish that again. And the more times you do that, the glassier that edge can be. Alright, so that burnished up really beautifully. This is a vegetable tan leather. This is called a vachetta, Italian veg tan leather. Kind of fancy leather for me to use. It's from Buckle Guy, and I'll put a link down below. It's a beautiful leather. My first time using it, but I definitely recommend checking it out. Seems to work really well for something like this. If you have not yet watched the video where I make the zipper for this and teach you how to do that, definitely check that out. There will be a link here. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. I really hope it's been helpful for you. We'll see you on the next one.